you seen Marcus expand his game? He doesn't hit a three tonight, first time in a long time, but still has a big control of his game.
Well, I go back to before you guys even knew him or ever heard of him. Didn't even know who he was. When I first started following Marcus, it was the July. Coach Brooks saw him first. We saw him in April, and then started checking up on him. And I went to see him, and the chatter I heard was, it's interesting if you listen to other coaches. Most of them is pretty good at telling you what a kid can't do. But I don't look at it through that kind of lens. I look at how we play and does he fit the way we play. That's all that matters to me. Not where he's rated, not who's recruiting. That is, when I say that's irrelevant to me, that is irrelevant as irrelevant can be. When I saw Marcus, I just loved him. He was I thought he'd be a good player here. I think, it's so long ago, I can't even remember. I know Colorado State, UTEP, schools like that were after Marcus. And the only thing I thought about that was we're in good shape. Good, got a good shot here. But he wasn't a great ball handler. I didn't think he was a point guard. I thought at best he was a combo guard, but he was best scoring and shooting. But intangibles are just something that's unexplainable. I just thought he had great intangibles. And, but he had to get in shape. I think when Marcus got here, weren't you about 2 bills, Marcus? Yeah. About 2 bills, and Marcus' idea of working out was shoot some jump shots, get a few free throws, and go to the house. Our idea is working out is a little bit different than that. But he had to get in shape. But like all of them, they have to go through the adversity. And once he handled the adversity, he took off. Did I think he would start as a freshman or play as much as he played? I didn't think either way. I wanted to see. But he made me play him. I don't play guys because of any other reason. They have to make me play him. But Marcus just had so many great intangibles that I just thought he's a good fit for us. But he's improved every aspect. What is he in every area? He's just an okay ball handler, okay passer, way below average rebounder, but he had good feet. Marcus has really, really long arms and extraordinarily big hands. And he is tough. When I say he's tough, he's tough.
Go to the back row to Daniel Matera.
Kelvin, what have you liked from your team so far this year out there? Has what you like in the preseason training camp kind of carried over so far in the early part of the season?
Yeah, part of these games is just getting your young guys experience. One thing that the only advice I would give to people that follow this team is, and this is as honest and as true as you can possibly be, your team's never as good as you think it is. It's never as bad as you think it is. Are we a great team? Absolutely not. We're not. I know what a great team looks like. I've had some. This one's not there yet. Maybe it will be. Who knows? I don't know. But they're certainly not now. We haven't played any road. Well, we did play St. Joe's on the neutral. But we've got a lot of question marks that will get answered as we go in December and January. This team's going to lose games, just like everybody. The difference to me and most people, I don't overreact to wins or losses. Don't get carried away with wins, and don't get carried away with losses. Because the next day is important. Discussing and talking about it is irrelevant to me. What's important is, okay, what lesson are we learning? It's like W's and L's. W's and L's is wisdoms and lessons. You got to learn. That's what this is all about. Some teams that go to the tournament or Sweet 16s or Sweet Elite 8s could lose as many as 6, 7, 8, 9 games. You just want to be playing your best basketball in February, March. We're a long way from that.
Next question, please. Go over here to Josh Griswold from Cron.
You know, Jararce, another big night tonight. What's the thing that you've enjoyed the most so far about playing with this team?
Really just how hard they play. Like, it just really makes you want to take it to another level when you see your brother down on the floor for a loose ball, taking charges. I mean, it's just a family. So, I mean, like, playing with my brothers, I can't ask for anything better than that.
And Coach, vice versa, just, you know, what's the thing that you've appreciated the most about coaching Jararce so far this season?
Just watching his progress. You know, Jararce reminds me of tic-tac-toe. There's an X and then there's an O. There's an X and an O. Pretty soon we got to start stringing some X's together, some O's together. You know, consistency. You know, I thought he played good in the first game of the season. Regardless of what the numbers say, it's how I evaluated it matters. Stats may not look great. Somebody had 12 rebounds. I thought he did a lot of good things first game. Then he goes up and puts up big numbers against St. Joe's. Then he takes another dip. I think the toughest thing for young kids, whether it's in the NBA, college, or high school, 9th and 10th graders, is consistency. They're going to have ups and they're going to have downs. They're going to have highs and they're going to have lows. It's just the way it's going to be, you know, and there's nothing anybody's going to do about it. It's been like that since we first started competing. The youngest players are the most inconsistent. So you say, well, why doesn't he do that every night? Because he's 18 years, 19 years old, he's a freshman. Marcus was the same way. Quentin was the same way. Nate Hinton was really the same way. They all are. You know, I don't care how talented you are, you're still a freshman. They're going to have good games and they're going to have not so good games. So what we do is get them to let us define what good is, and we'll define what bad is, and nobody else gets to.
Jararce, you talked before the season about your relationship with Juwan Roberts, and considering your two best games so far this year, he also had double digits. How much, as a front court mate, would you consider, or would you contribute, would you attribute your relationship and chemistry with him to your success?
I feel like we kind of feed off each other. So, like, if I see him rebounding, I'm gonna get in there, fight for him. If he's scoring, I'm gonna try to, you know, attack the basket, stay aggressive. So, I mean, I feel like we play well together at the 4 and the 5 spot because of our relationship together. So, I feel like as long as we both stay aggressive and keep playing hard, I feel like we can always just, like Coach said, just start being consistent and keep playing together and keep playing hard as a unit, as a back front court.
Chris, turn around. Mike, to you. We have Chris Martin, please. Chris, go ahead.
Marcus, who or how many people have helped you with your ball handling, improving ball handling skills from your freshman time to now?
I'll say Coach Q, Quintus White, just countless hours in the gym, you know, working on my ball handling since I got here early. He's probably the biggest impact to that.
Go to Chris, we'll go Chris Baldwin, front row.
Marcus, the unselfishness of this team, I think you guys had 19 assists tonight. Did you and Jamal sort of take it upon yourselves to set that tone, and how do you guys go about that?
Just listening really to the game plan. The game plan was just to get the ball inside, and me and him just, you know, Coach give us the freedom to call plays, and Jamal's a great point guard. He knows how to read defenses, and he was just calling the right play, and we was just feeding the right guys, and it was just right plays, and just made the game easier for us when our front court is going good like that.
We're going to get the microphone over here to, over here, no, yep. Terrence, who's a Houston defender.
Hey Coach, how you doing? Good. Hey, just wanted to ask you, when you look at this team, what do you feel like can be the strength of this unit?
I think our unit. I think our unit is our strength. You know, I don't think we have to have a guy. This guy has to score for us to win. We You got a lot of guys. But you know, I'm probably one of the few coaches that will define what I think everybody's role is in front of everybody. Make sure everybody understands. So I don't want anybody confused about their role is. You know, when kids are unhappy, they'll call their parents and say, I don't know what my role is. You know what that means? That's code for I don't like it. You know, think about it. You know, I'm confused. I don't know what my role is. Oh, yeah, they do. Oh, they know what their role is. Just don't like it. So, with our team, our best player is Marcus. It's not discussion. Our most valuable player is Jamal. Our most important player may be J1. But our X factors, the two guys that will define our ceiling and how far this team can go. I hate these smartwatches. I gotta quit wearing these things. People be texting me during the game. You didn't know how to get do that? Hey, let me call you right back. Right in the middle of the fast break. You know what I'm saying, Jerry? I gotta quit wearing this thing during the game. Not to get off subject, but I'm a big HBCU fan. Huge HBCU fan. And I want to applaud the Pac-12 conference for what they just did. I wish more schools would give HBCU schools a chance to show people what they have and who they are. It's getting better. It's a long way from being where it needs to be. But Texas Southern, right over here around the corner, that is a perennial NCAA tournament team. They've got a fantastic coach who has big time experience. I've been knowing Johnny Jones since, most people don't know Johnny's almost as old as I am. I've been around, that brother's been around a long time now. Johnny, I think, was born in 61, I was born in 55, so 6 years, so Johnny's about 61. Johnny was assistant coach at LSU when I was assistant coach, I think, at Washington State. But Johnny's experience, his basketball intelligence, the quality of person he is, how he goes about his business. You know, Mike Davis is a good friend of mine. So is Johnny. They're lucky to have Johnny Jones. Texas Southern's going to have another great year. They'll go to the NCAA tournament, and they're the team you don't want to play in the first round. This team's going to get better. Now, their big, strong center didn't play last night. They brought him back tonight. I don't know what the deal was, but their team's well put together. They're going to have a good year, and I'm happy for them. And I'm proud of Byron Smith at Prairie View for having the opportunity to play a Pac-12 school at home. I'm proud of Grambling. I'm proud of Alcorn State. I mean, those were the only schools I could get to play me when I was a young coach. And so I've always pulled for them. I remember coaching against Ben Job. I remember coaching against all those older coaches because I was just a young buck. And you go to Final Fours, and those were always the guys who would come up and be nice to me, and so I just had tremendous respect for them. So, but shout out to the Pac-12. The coaches that lost those games, they didn't have any fun doing it. But that was a big deal. I swelled with pride when I saw those games. So.
We got time for one more
Kelvin,
question.
going back to that, I was going to ask you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Marcus, how comfortable are you right now on the defensive side of things, and how has that changed over the course of your time here in Houston?
Just being in the system, you know, for 4 years, I kind of know a lot, know the ropes, and just really being with Jamal, I feel real comfortable out there with Jamal and Tremont. I know they good on-ball defenders like me, so just really not having to help as much. And then with Jararce and Juan, how athletic they are, and how versatile they are, and can guard the ball also. It just makes the whole team, the whole, all of us being connected out there, makes it much easier. So I'm real comfortable on defense.
The guy that's making our defense better is Jararce, though. I saw him do some things tonight that's going to really help us going forward. great thing about this young man is how coachable he is. He tries to do everything you ask him to do. He's getting better. I mean, he's improving. And that's the big thing about freshmen. Like, Terrence Arsenault is so much better today than he was a month ago. JVA's a freshman. That was his second year. JVA just turned 19 in November, or October. I think October. 17 when he got here. So he was kind of a year behind his class. But JVA's basically in his first year. Jararce is a freshman. Terrence is a freshman. Emmanuel's a freshman. You know, we're slowly but surely bringing our young guys along. Obviously, Jararce and Terrence have more substantial roles in what we're doing. But their greatest allies, though, are Marcus and Ball and J1, because of all the big games and the bright lights and the big moments that all those guys have played in.
One more question. Go ahead, Joseph.
Kelvin, I was going to ask you, if you could continue your thought earlier. You were about to, I'm assuming Jararce is, when you mentioned X factors.
Yeah.
Jararce is probably one of them.
Yeah. No, where Jararce is now to where he's going to be a month from now, or 2 months from now, I think he's just going to continue to blossom. But when I say this, I mean, Jararce has no ego. He doesn't. His ego is winning. Same with Marcus. You know, Marcus led us in assist. You know, Jararce is one of our best passers. Sometimes I get on by passing too much. But these guys are, you know, it's a blessing to be able to coach kids like Jararce and Marcus, all these guys. I mean, I love this team. I don't know how good we are, what's going to happen at the end of the year. I'm not to the point, maybe in 10 or 12 years as I get to be an older coach, I have a different view on how to evaluate a team, but I just enjoy this team. I get on them, fuss at them, probably cuss at them a little too much, but you know, they know I love them.
Marcus, Jararce, thank you very much for your time.
Breaking out the winners.